So Noel Gallagher has released the first music video from his album, and it's for the song Council Skies. Everything we're hearing from this album so far is pretty much great. Like Pretty Boy has grown on me. I think it's a solid song. Easy Now is fantastic, one of the best songs he's ever written. Dead to the World is stunning, one of the greatest songs he's ever written, full stop. And you know, for my money, this might be Noel Gallagher's best album. Council Skies is the song. And you know what? I think this is a really solid song. I don't love it as much as Dead to the World and Easy Now, but you know what? I feel like it's going to be a grower. I feel like there's lots that's going to be, that can be found through this song the more you hear it. The interesting thing about this song is it has an interesting instrumental in the background. So the drums are kind of like a Congo, like tropical beach sort of sound, which I wasn't expecting, but it's very fun. And on top of that, you've got a bit of stylish retro guitar. And on top of that, you got Noel Gallagher's like longing, yearning, very British voice. And it goes together really, really well. And it's very interesting. Like when I first heard it, I was kind of like hit with this wall of sound. And I was like, wow, that's a bit strange. But ultimately, it all really gels well together. It doesn't feel like it should. It doesn't feel like Noel should be singing over those sort of drums and that sort of background sound. But eventually, it really, really starts to work. Noel Gallagher's done interviews saying that this was a few years ago, that he can't write songs about regular life anymore because he doesn't live a regular life. He decided to go back to it with this album, and dear God, can he? You know, Noel Gallagher just has that inside of him. It's never going to leave. For my money, Noel Gallagher is the artist on earth who writes the best songs about regular life and ordinary people. I really think he does. I really think he understands. I just think it's inside of him and it's never going to die, even if he thinks... You know, he's really gone back... Like Council Skies, he said he called the album that to... Because when he was a kid, all his dreams took place under the council skies. And that's a beautiful little phrase. You know, I think he really treasures working class life in a way. You know, I would honestly go as far as to say he misses it in a lot of ways. And to still be able to channel that working class man who wrote stuff in the early Oasis and have it still here, like still writing those lines that really have so much heart, you know. Lines on this song such as taking a long way home so we can be alone, watching the world go by under the council skies. It's just such a deep understanding of life for the regular person is what Noel Gallagher has. And it's so breezy, this song, and so uplifting and so nice. Fills you with a yearning and nostalgia. Fills you with a lot of, the feels, as the kids say. I love the line on this, underneath the council skies I found you. The way Noel delivers that just touches me emotionally. I think it's his voice on this sounds very, again he's been doing a lot of that with his voice, you know, a more yearning, a more nostalgic, a more looking back sort of voice, a more fatherly voice, a more understanding voice. It's honestly like the dad version of the guy who wrote the master plan, but not in a bad way. Like, that sounds bad, but it's not in a bad way. It sounds mature, it sounds focused. It sounds like he really does understand what resonates with his audience, and he will go back to that because he knows he still has stuff to say on it. Like the three songs that have come out have some of the most down-to-earth lyrics. Well, maybe not Pretty Boy, that was kind of just random lyrics, but Easy Now and Dead to the World feel so down-to-earth. Any regular person can relate to that. And the fact that Noel is still writing songs for that teenage, you know, council resident or, you know, grown up working person, regular person, I really respect that about him, and I just feel like there's something very special about it. I'm really interested in what he does with this album. You know, it's just full of a culmination. I think this is going to be a culmination of Noel's career. Hopefully before we get the Oasis reunion, hopefully we're going to hear Noel finding closure. Kind of he's grown up through all of this, but he still feels and understands the man he was. I think that'd be a really nice loop for us to get. And I hope we get more experimental kind of patterns on this. You know, the drum pattern on this shouldn't go with this sort of song, but it does. The retro guitar, it kind of like takes a while for you to understand what he's doing with this song, but it does eventually feel very cohesive. He's kind of matched retro British rock with Congo music over his kind of acoustic yearning vocal that he does, and it really works. You know, it's quite experimental. And I enjoyed Noel's experimental album, Who Built the Moon, and to mix that experimental side with those down-to-earth lyrics and that yearning vocal style is just going to be fantastic. What do you guys think of Council Skies? Are you looking forward to the album? What is your favourite song of the ones that Noel's released? Subscribe to this channel if you enjoy hearing me gush over music. And remember, always play it loud, and I can't wait to play Council Skies, the album, loud. That album definitely needs to hurry up. As does the Oasis reunion. They have been meeting up to go to football games, apparently. And they have been meeting up for walks, apparently. Fingers crossed.